Okay, here, the protection policy for January 6, 2020, our first protection policy of the new year, decade, is now in session. Let's see who's all here. Alder Stevens.
Here.
Alder Vanderleest.
Here.
Alder Stoyer.
Here.
And Alder Scannell is also present. We're all here. I'll take a motion to approve our agenda for January 6, 2020.
Motion approved.
Motion approved by Alder Vanderleest.
Second.
Second by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have an agenda. I'll take a motion to approve our minutes from our last meeting, December 9th, 2019. That was a great decade.
So moved.
So moved by Alder Stoyer.
Second.
Seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Our minutes is approved. On to regular business. Yep.
Yep.
Number one, consideration as possible action on a request by Bragan Bar LLC at 2019 North Washington to extend the insurance of his Class B combination license to April 30th, 2020, granted at the August 20th, 2019 Common Council meeting. Staff?
Staff has no legal objections. The ordinance requires that the establishment be operational within 60 days of
Yep.
issuance. This was issued in, or granted in August. I believe the licensee previously asked for an extension at the October 7th PMP meeting.
You did.
And I don't believe he was able to attend tonight's meeting.
No.
I think he spoke with you.
Yeah, I did speak.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's
He,
asking for another extension.
this is El Presidente, and he had many difficulties evicting the tenant. And so now that has happened. And so he's ready to go forward, but it took much longer, it was a much more difficult process than he imagined. And, but the premises is his now, minus the sink, apparently. And he's hoping to get going soon, so I'm all in favor of extending this license.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve by Alder Vanderleest, seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Number two, consideration with possible action on an application for a Class A liquor and Class A beer license by Nicolay Gas Inc. at 2260 Nicolay Drive with a licensed premise description as single-story building, gas station park with walk-in coolers, beer cooler, and liquor shelf. Currently licensed as Nixon Inc. Staff?
Law Department has no objections.
Please concur. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alder Stoyer.
Second.
Seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
It's in the district, right? No?
Yeah, not,
Our dwarfs.
those, yeah, okay.
No problem.
Yeah, opposed? That it passes unanimously. Oh, and I should say before I get too far, everything we do here at committee is just a recommendation to the council. They have the final say, which will be next Tuesday, 6 o'clock, in the room right next door.
14.
So, we ready for three?
Yep.
Item three, consideration with possible action on an application for Class A liquor and Class A beer license for Family Dollar Stores at Wisconsin LLC at 70...
Family Dollar Stores. You didn't say that. Did you?
I thought I did. Did I read over it? Family Dollar Stores at Wisconsin LLC at 708 Limekiln Road with a licensed premises description as freestanding building consisting of 9,571 square feet. Staff?
Law Department has no objections.
Please concur.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alder Vanderleest.
Second.
Second by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously.
Item 4.
Item four, consideration with possible action on a Class B combination license for White Dog LLC at 201 South Broadway with a licensed premises description as bar, pub, tables, dining, yes, closet, sorry, couldn't resist. Behind bar in cabinets, cooler, locked outside, currently licensed as White Dog Roadhouse LLC. Staff?
Law Department has no objections.
Please concur. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alder Stevens,
Second.
seconded by Alder Steuer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously.
Item number 5.
Item number 5, consideration with possible action on an application for a Class B combination license for CMP Holdings LLC at 709 South Broadway with a licensed premises description as 2 bar rooms, patio, storage, currently licensed as Rockabilly's LLC. Staff?
We have no legal objections. Just would like to note that it's in the Broadway moratorium area set by resolution, but they qualified for an exemption as the premise was licensed within the last 60 days. However, the applicant is looking to license an outdoor patio that currently exists, but doesn't conform to our height requirements, so we just need a waiver of 2/3 of council to waive the requirements. So the example motion would be to recommend that council waive the ordinance requirements for an outdoor licensed premise and to approve.
Please concur.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve with council waiving the license height requirement and approving the license.
What is that right now? I mean,
6 feet.
versus, I mean, what,
I'm not
They
sure
got
what it
pictures.
currently
they got,
is.
right.
Right, it's 6 feet.
It's probably about 5 feet-ish.
Don't want to put like barbed wire on top?
Second.
Oh, okay. And who-
Motion.
Okay, motion by Alder Vanderlee, second by Alder Stevens. I do have one question. I read through the,
Description?
for clothing, for, what am I?
A security plan?
Yes, thank you. And, there's
Should we
no
open the floor?
do-rags and
Should we
stuff.
open the floor?
No sun, well, I suppose I technically should, shouldn't I? All right,
I'll
would
make
you
a
mind,
motion.
would you mind answering the question?
I'll make a motion to open the floor.
Motion open the floor by Alder Steuer.
Second.
Second by Alder Vanderlee, all in favor?
Aye.
Oppose it? I mean, it's really a silly thing, a little thing, but I'm curious as heck.
Yeah, Chris Knudsen, 1754 Maxwell Court here.
Yep, thank you.
So, what's the question?
You have in there sunglasses.
Yeah,
No sunglasses?
no, cover your eyes. You could be stoned out of your mind and we can't see it.
Wow.
Helps us identify it. If you're
Okay.
super drunk, I mean, I've seen very intoxicated people walk a straight line, but you can see it on their face. You can see it with their eyes.
I never noticed that before. Is that kind
Yeah,
of common?
So when did you start that? Or what?
I've 8 years ago,
Oh.
8 years ago,
Huh.
yeah.
I wonder if is it pretty common in the, do you see that often, or?
No,
Not really. It's a good thing to do, but no, we don't see it.
Yeah, I never noticed it before, and I just thought it was very
yeah,
interesting.
I don't think we've ever had to enforce it. We have to enforce the pull up your pants or get out more than anything, but.
So if somebody's wearing them, they have to take them off
Mm-hmm.
when you're walking.
But they came in
Absolutely.
to take a belt.
Right? Yeah.
Where's that Dollar Jar?
Thanks, that was
Yeah.
my only question.
Yeah.
I just thought it was very, very interesting.
Yeah, you
So,
bet.
Thanks.
Okay. Motion to close the floor.
Motion to close the floor by Alder Steuer, seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Close it. The floor is now closed. We have a motion to approve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, that is approved.
That depends on the 2/3, so
Yeah, well, that will go to council. And it'll be written up in
they
the
know that.
report, yeah. I just wanted you to have to fill out some paperwork.
Don't mind.
It is a good idea.
Yeah, but you think a lot of people would be wearing sunglasses in the summer and stuff. I suppose you can just put them, when you come in, you just put them in your pocket, I suppose, why not, with that? It's not a big deal.
Do you really need to wear them indoors though? Like,
What's wrong?
But
It's
you
a
should
bit
see me in shades, I look so cool.
Someone's got to.
Item 6. Consideration with possible action on a resolution establishing the special event fee schedule. Staff.
The special event ordinance was amended and adopted by council, and that ordinance requires that a fee schedule will be adopted by resolution. And so the resolution in the packet sets forth those fees accordingly for direct costs that would be contributed back to the city.
No?
Nope.
Just for application fees.
Oh, it's just application
Yes.
fees, I see.
Direct costs will be billed separately.
Got it, okay.
So to apply the application fees?
Yes.
I got one quick question
Sure.
whenever you're done.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask you about the policy on the number of officers that have to be present on some of the events. Did they kind of iron that out?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, in the ordinance, it basically says that the event organizer and the police department, the special events coordinator, who's Jared Vogeltons, part of his job is to do the special events, will come to an understanding about the appropriate number of officers for the event. So essentially, it's a conversation. There isn't a hard and fast rule.
Okay. Because in other words, some of the people that did come up on the
Yeah.
last
Yes.
committee meeting, they said if they had to have 13 officers on
Yeah.
that they would make enough money to sustain the event.
That is completely.
But I can understand it where you got, 5,000 runners, where you're gonna need
Right.
it, you're gonna need enough police presence to, to take care of traffic and all that. I understand that part where you've got a large event, like the Bell and Run and different things like that. So those fees are gonna increase for those activities, right, where you have large participation.
So for an event like Cellcom Marathon, or for the 4th of July, as it is currently conceived, which is essentially an all-day event, there are a number of officers that are deployed to those events, and the event organizer agrees with that number. For instance, for the Cellcom and also for the 4th of July event, as it is currently conceived. But for like Farmers Market, the Art Street, Fridays on the Fox, we're going forward with what we currently have. The change, though, is, comes to, another issue that had come up last year was off-duty in uniform versus on-duty in uniform. I didn't get that. Shall I repeat that, Google? Siri, sorry, wrong.
Yeah.
Operating system. So that's something that the police department has also ironed out
That's
with
good.
the.
That was
event
my only
organizer.
question. I think that, it sounds like you did a nice job of, in other words, making it work.
Yes.
For the event.
Yes.
People that are gonna have the
Thank
events.
you.
We don't want to discourage the events, because
Not at all.
it's helpful for the
Yeah.
city and.
Yeah.
So in a broad brush, Celestine, I mean, there has been some adjustment a little bit with prices on some things, but it's been.
Yeah.
In terms of services.
Services.
So, the biggest adjustment that you're approving hopefully tonight is, this is an increase in our fee schedule. Our fee schedule, this fee schedule is also indexed to how much work goes into planning an event. So for instance, if you have a different, I have a chart, you have words, but essentially, if you are a new event, it takes staff members quite some time to help plan that. So we have a first-time event fee. We have a non-resident fee because, of course, residents pay taxes, right, for our services, for our salaries, et cetera. But non-residents do not, so we charge a little bit higher. So that's where the adjustments come. But in terms of what Mr. Vanderleest was talking about, Mr. Sawyer, is that the police department, and it really was the police department, that had the most consternation with event organizers regarding the level of staffing, but we've all come to an understanding about that.
Just one other quick question,
Yeah.
Celestine. Is there a way, as far as monies that come in over the years, has there been a handle as far as what comes into the city by
Yes.
this? And then maybe what this might project to be,
Yes.
even with the new events, because you have to spend staff time and that kind of washes out a little bit, I suppose. But
Yes.
is there a way to put a handle on that, like what we might be looking at?
So in terms of the economic benefit to the city overall, that number is hard to arrive at.
Okay.
And
Depends
so,
on who
right,
comes
that's very, unfortunately, we can't, the development department has talked a little bit about that, on Broadway has talked a little bit about that, trying to actually calculate those numbers are hard to come by. When it comes to our application fees, in the past, we have collected about $5,000 every year. That does not come close to actually covering the administrative costs for managing the events. And so this fee schedule, with the current events that we have, will actually cover the cost, the administrative costs for these events. So unfortunately, we don't have a great handle.
No, I understand. I just thought there might be something out there that you
Yeah.
can compare, especially over time,
Mhm.
but that helps.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And,
Thank you very much for the information, and we're all up to motion to approve.
Well, I had a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna forget. If they need a refund, there's a process for that? If their event, there's a huge hurricane and,
Sure.
you know,
Hurricane would be really odd.
hey, they can come up the Gulf, I've been told, right up the Mississippi to the Fox
Yeah.
River, to the Wisconsin Fox, you know.
So, but certainly, I mean, we had, so the Pride Festival had a terrible rain event in
Mhm.
2019, which caused them to postpone the event. So so let's just talk about like something, like the picnic license, which is only $10, right? But if we have an event cancellation or event postponement, the clerk's office works with an event organizer so they don't have to pay an additional fee for an additional picnic license, unused, right? We are encouraging our events to pick a rain date, so up front. And there is currently, on the current application, there is a rain date, but we are really encouraging events with our new application, which is a fillable form online, to put a rain date in. Obviously, we want events to go forward, we understand weather events, et cetera. But that's why we have a special event coordinator, quite frankly,
Right.
to really help with that. So hopefully that answers your question.
Will there be a challenge? I mean, of course, we have a shorter season per se, you know, the warm weather and that, so
Mhm.
even if you put that additional date in there, you know, there's other events as well and are competing against each other, et cetera, so is that just a roll of the dice?
It's first come, first served.
Yeah.
So if I reserve the city deck for June 1st, and I choose my rain date as June 20th, but I'm the first one in, right? Then we're gonna reserve city deck for June 20th for that rain date. And then there's another event that wants to come in on June 20th, well, we're gonna say, hey, we've got a rain date for June 20th. Maybe you should choose another time frame or another date.
But let's
So-
say that nobody uses it for June 20th, if it's a rain date, can you, hopefully if that other event goes on, then that other group can do it, but they might not have enough time to prepare it.
We are really looking for a
So,
60-day application
60-day.
window, so that we can make sure we get everything together.
Okay. So-
Yeah. But our intention is to work with organizers so that their events go off, so that they have enough resources, so that if there's something that happens, that we can, find another date for them to do their event.
How is Jared liking the job?
As a special events coordinator, it's a lot of work.
That's good.
I think,
Well, there you go.
I think
Yep.
he is really rising to the challenge. And I think he's really becoming very.
He's helped me out on some items, so I think he's doing a good job.
Yes, I would agree. He's doing a great job. I mean, special events is it's a
Mhm.
big bear. Yes, so.
it's special
It's very
Yeah.
special.
and eventful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wanna know when they decide for police, if they decide on 2.5 officers.
Well, you can be the hack.
Yeah, you could be.
Okay, enough.
I don't know.
Second.
Is there a motion?
Yep, John.
Motion by Alder Vandelis to approve, seconded by Alder Stevens, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Informational?
On to the informational liquor violation report for January 6th, 2020.
During this time frame, we had 2 incidents at the Getaway Bar. The property owner received referrals. It's now being more closely monitored by the community police and the officers in that area. They seem to be having some issues that hopefully they will address.
They're not getting away with it
Correct.
at the Getaway Bar. It's not named right.
I'm not looking at you.
Well, thank you. Any questions or? Thank you, that's it,
That's it.
that's it.
Receive
Motion to,
and place and file.
motion to receive and place on file by Alder Vanderleest,
Second.
second by Alder Stevens, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's received and placed on file.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Alder Stoyer.
Motion adjourned.
Second by Alder Vanderleest, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Well done, one and all, thank you.
Short and sweet.